Please subscribe, like and share and hit the bell button for more such interesting videos. Constructors. So what are constructors? Its name is same as the name of the class itself. So whatever class that we are creating, okay, the constructor is having the same name as that of that class. If I am creating a class like employee, so the constructor's name is also going to be employee. If I am creating a class rectangle, the constructor name is also going to be rectangle. Okay, so it is called when the object of class is called. So whenever the object is created, the constructor is called. It is obvious that as soon as in the void main you have created the object of that class, the constructor will automatically be called. So this is quite obvious. Now you don't need to, like in the object, like we have to call a method. What we used to do, we used to write the object name, okay, obj dot method name. Here you don't have to write all that in the void main. You have to just create the object and the constructor will automatically be called. Okay, so it is used to initialize and construct all the data members. So whatever data members means the variable that you have created, the methods that you have created, so those are called as data members. So it is used to initialize and construct all the data members. Okay, so that is when you as soon as you create a constructor, you are calling all the data members. Okay, now what can be the syntax for a constructor? A constructor consists of a syntax as class, okay, and then the class name. As we used to do earlier, we used to write the class and then employee, or class and rectangle. Okay, so similarly I'm writing class and the class name, and then publicly I am declaring what is, I am writing the name of the class as it is. For example, the class name is employee, I'm writing here employee and giving the parentheses and opening the curly braces and ending them. Okay, so this is a constructor. Okay, so here constructor can be defined inside the class or outside the class. So here I have actually defined the constructor inside the class. It is inside the class. You can see the semicolon is here, and the constructor is defined inside the class. Okay, now you can also do it by defining the class, by defining the constructor outside the class. How will do we do this? So class name, and then here we have the curly braces, and here we have the class name. Okay, so here I've just declared it, I haven't defined it. Okay, I've just put a semicolon over here. I've not given any kind of variable to it. I have not given any methods to it. I've just written the name of the constructor. Now I am giving it a definition outside the class. Here the semicolon is, that is, the class has ended over here, and now I'm writing the class name, the scope resolution operator. These four dots are called as scope resolution operator. So this scope resolution operator is used, and then we write class name again with the parentheses. Okay, so these two things you have to do. You have to write the class name, you have to write the constructor name with the parentheses and the scope resolution operator. And then open the curly braces, and inside that give the value, that is I is equal to 1. So here I have given a definition to my constructor. Okay, so this is how the constructor is defined inside the class as well as outside the class. And a constructor is what? It is the name as same as that of the class, and as soon as the object is created, the constructor is called, and it is used to initialize. Okay, what? It is used to initialize the data members, that is, it is used to initialize the variables, the methods, okay, and construct the data members. Okay, construct means give it some kind of definition. Okay, so let us understand constructors, the types of constructors. There are three types of constructors, that is default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. So what is default constructor? Class A. Here I have taken a class A. Publicly inside the class A, I have declared a variable I, and I've taken a constructor, that is a default constructor. This is a default constructor. Why? Because it does not consist of any parameters over here. Have I passed any parameters, int I, int j? Nothing. I haven't given anything in within these parentheses. So it is a default constructor. Now the curly braces that I have given over here, inside that I have given I is equal to 10. Okay, I've written I is equal to 10, and I've closed the parentheses, that is I've closed the curly braces, that is I've closed the class. Okay, so what I've done is I have defined the constructor and given the value of I as 10. In the main, I'm printing, okay, first of all, I'm creating the object of the class A, and by using the cout function, I am printing a dot I. What will this a dot I do? This will create, we have created the object, I have used that object A over here, small a, and then dot I. This will go where this object belongs to. So this object small a belongs to capital A class, right? So this will go in within this class, and automatically it will go to the constructor, and in here it will see the value of I is 10, and automatically it is going to print what? It will print 10. So the output will be 10 over here. Okay, let us see a default constructor with an example of C++. Here I have taken square. This class square consists of a variable int num and a constructor square that is declared publicly. In this constructor, I have taken num is equal to 200. So I have given the value of num 200 in the constructor. In the void main, I have created the object for class square, and using that object, I have called num. That is, I have printed s.num. Okay, so seeing this s dot num, it will go in the constructor and see the value of num, that is 200, and it is going to print the output, that is 200. So let us see the output. So it is 200. So thus, okay, so what is parameterized constructor? This is the second type of parameterized constructor. Here I have taken a class A, okay, as we can see. And inside this class A, what I've done is I have taken a variable in int I. This int I is publicly declared. I haven't written here public, but it is publicly declared. And then here I have created the constructor of this class A. Okay, I've simply written capital A, and in the parentheses I have passed two variables, that is int A and int B. So this type of constructor is called as parameterized constructor because I have passed the constructors over here. You can pass one parameter, you can pass two parameters, you can pass three, four, any number of parameters that you would wish. Okay, so here I have passed two parameters, and using the cout function I am printing the value of A and B. Okay, now void main, in void main what I have done is I have created the object for this class A, okay, small a, and this small a is having 10 and 20, these values. So it will go here in the constructor, and it is automatically going to print the values 10 and 20. So the output is going to be 10 and 20. Okay, so now let us understand what a parameterized constructor with a
So
C++
here
program.
I have taken a class square.
Okay, in this class I have taken a variable area that is publicly declared, and here the constructor square is having the value side. Okay, so I have passed a parameter over here. Because I have passed a parameter over here, I will call it as a parameterized constructor. So this is a parameterized constructor, and in this constructor I have given the value to area as area is equal to side multiplied by side. That is, uh, this is the area of a square, so I have multiplied the area of the square. So here I have printed that the area of the square is equal to area. Okay, so whatever value it will calculate here in this area, it is going to print in here. Now I have closed the class and the method, and in this void main what I have done is I've created an object for the class square, that is I've created s1 object, and another object that I've created is s2 object. Okay, and I have passed some parameters over here. Here in s1 I've passed 10, and here in s2 I've passed 20. So when I'm passing these values, what is happening is as soon as the object is created, this is the object, okay, and this is also the object. So when both these objects are created, first S1 object is created. So seeing that the compiler is going to create the, it is going to go to the constructor, and there the parameters it will see, that is int side, and area is equal to side multiplied by side. And so taking the value 10, it is going to enter this constructor, calculate the area and print the value of area. So here it is going to print area of the square is 10. And when it is seeing S2, it will go using that object. When the object is created, it is going to go and print that the area of the square is 400. Why 400? Because now the side is 20. So 20 multiplied by 20 is 40. So area is equal to 400. Sorry, 20 multiplied by 20 is 400. So area is equal to 400, and here it is going to print area of the square is equal to 400. So thus, by using parameterized constructor, whatever parameters are passed are then calculated in the constructor. So this is how parameterized constructor is performed. Now what are copy constructors? Copy constructors are similar to parameterized constructor with a bit of difference. Now here I have taken a class A. This class A consists of variable int I and a constructor, and this is a parameterized constructor. Now here I have passed the value of x to A and value of y to B. Okay, so the parameters that I have taken is x and y, and I have passed the value of x to A and the value of y to B. I have also taken a method display, and I have printed the value, that is A and B. Now the in the void main, what I've done is I've created the object A1, and I have passed the value 40 and 60 to the object A1. And in here I have created another object A2, and then I have copied the value of A1 to A2. Okay, that is A2 is also having the same parameters as of A1, that is 40 and 60. So A2 is also having 40 and 60. A1 is also having the parameters 40 and 60. So when I'm going to print, okay, I'm going to write with the display method. I have printed the values of A and B. So I'm going to call with the objects of A1 and A2. Okay, I'm going to call display method. So seeing this A1 dot display, first of all it's going to go here, and it is going to, the compiler is going to print the value 40 and 60, and again it is going to see A2 dot display, and seeing this A2 dot display, it is going to go here and display the value 40 and 60. Okay, so this is how copy constructor will work. Let us understand this with a C++ program. So here I have taken a class square, okay, and the variables that I've taken aside x and y, and the object that the constructor that I've created is square over here, and I have passed some parameters, that is int a and int b. So this is a parameterized constructor again, but I have given the value, okay, that is I have given a's value to x and b's value to y. Okay, then I have, by using the display method, I have printed the value of what? I have printed the value of x and y, that is this x and y. Okay, so now in the void main, what I've done is I've created the constructor S1, okay, and also I've created the constructor S2. In the S1, because I had passed some parameters in the constructor, I gave the values 110 and 90 to the constructor, and then I created another object, that is S2, and I copied it from S1. Okay, so whatever constructor I had created, whatever object I had created first was copied to the second. So this is how the constructor is copied. So when I am printing, I will display this line, okay, by using the objects S1 and S2. So S1 dot display and S2 dot display. So when I am calling S1 dot display, okay, it will take the values 110 and 90, and it is going to print value of x and y is 110 and 90. But then when I'm calling S2 dot display, what is happening is it will copy it from S1. and whatever parameters I had passed in S1, S2 will also copy same parameters and it is going to print the output same as S1. That is, it is going to print the value of X and Y is 110 and 90. Okay, so we are going to get two same lines. So let us see the output. So value of X and Y is 110 and 90. It is repeated twice. Okay, so by using the copy constructor, the object is copied, and when the object is copied, the constructor itself is copied, because whenever we call the object, the constructor is called. So when the object is copied, the constructor is also copied. So this is how copy constructor works. So in the next class, we shall see what destructors are. Today, we studied the three types of constructors, that is the default constructor, the parameterized constructor, and the copy constructor. So please do like, subscribe, and share the channel for more such interesting videos.